everyone. Lisa Finkel coming to you from Finkel Pottery in Prince Edward Island, Canada on a glorious, glorious summer day. It's 9 o'clock our time. I've had my walk with the pups and have a kiln to unload, and then I have to do some throwing. But I love throwing on a sunny day. I stick everything outside and speed dry it. Stoneware is very friendly. You would never try that with porcelain for sure. So not a huge unload today, and actually the load is full of PEI Girl mugs, but I do have some new glaze combos in those mugs, and some of the mugs are with the Tucker's. It's a mid-brown clay. It's not heavily grogged, so I'll get to see what those glazes look like with that clay, because they're going to look a little bit different. So I fired it to my typical 2190, hold for 5 minutes, drop down to 1900, excuse me, and hold for 30 minutes. So slow cool program, which is what I typically do. Sometimes I'll do something a little bit different, but usually slow cool. So let's just dive in. I'm going to start off with a few butter keepers. They're on the top of the kiln. I've had a look, I do two different styles of butter keeper. One is a domed butter keeper, you know, that you put the lid on. It's got a little plate. But I also do them where you put the butter inside the lid, which is my preference for butter. But my husband likes the other style. So that's the one we have in our house because he cooks most of the meals. So he gets to pick the functionality. So the first one is this one. So I did a little sand dollar and a starfish on the side. I thought for a cottage, right? Inside is just my studio white. So this is on that mid smooth brown. And then what I did was I dipped up to about here in my studio green. Then I dipped in my studio blue. Then I put olive float over the blue and slightly over the green. And then I just did blobs of flux around. So that turned out pretty. And then I made a lid with a little starfish and a scallop shell to match. And there we go. Butter keeper. See if I can do this without. And I do fire my lids on stilts. Vaughn Smith does that in his videos, and I've started doing that, and it works out really, really well. And then you don't get that grating sound on your lip. So far, I haven't had too much warpage or anything like that, so it's a great option. I made a second one. So this is one, stilts, where I'm using a glaze that looks different on the dark clay. Also, my studio green it looks more like olivey. This is Norse blue on the dark clay, so you can see it's really a different look. And I probably could have dipped it twice, but it's pretty. And then it's got blue hydrangea and then flux, mayco light flux. And then the top, same idea. The lid. And there we go. So that's pretty. Like that, happy with that. This is just a little cappuccino cup. Would hold probably 8 ounces, maybe 10. Have to measure it. So dipped it diagonally in Coyote Turquoise Lake. Then I did two, where I hadn't dipped it, with a very slight overlap, I did 2 coats of Spectrum Curry. And then I did 2 coats of Jungle Gems Meadow. And that's nice. I like that. It's very fresh. Next shelf. Okay, shelf number 2. Right, one more butter keeper. So I made this for my daughter. And it is so white inside. Alabaster dipped to about here. And then an overlap of autumn purple, just like, I don't know, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch. But when autumn purple runs into alabaster, you get this really pretty pink. I mean, wow, that'd be beautiful on a mug. And then there's the lid. So the lid, I just dipped it in alabaster first, and then I painted it all with autumn purple, fired it on stilts, and the lid fits nicely. So I think she'll be happy with that. Another one of these funky little mugs, cappuccino cups. So this is, it was dipped diagonally in Coyote Turquoise Lake, then dipped also diagonally in Norse Blue, then blue hydrangea on the rim with some mayco light flux. I could have, it looks like I could have gone a little thicker on the Norse Blue, like even here, but I think I'm just gonna leave it. I'm scared it would run right off, so it'll be fine. Someone will love it. It's got a really nice feel in the hand, for sure. Cute little vase, dipped in Norse Blue, then in white, blue hydrangea, mayco light flux. It's like a really, it's a combo that just keeps on giving. Nice for the summer. Okay. PI Girl mugs. Here we go. So this is on white clay. This was dipped in my, I call it cranberry, but it's Pottery Supply House red wine. So dipped to there high enough that it covered the letters. Then I did Spectrum Sangria at the top and overlapping. You get a nice effect there. And just white inside. And I did 2 of those. I try to do 2 of most of them, at least. I did 1 big load of PI Girl mugs, and I'm going to take a break for a while. I'm going to do some other stuff. I'm seeing PI Girl cups in my sleep, so time to take a break. This one is so white inside on white clay, Winterwood to about here. And then before I did the top color, I just put a little band of mayco light flux around the top of the Winterwood. Then I did 3 coats of Spectrum Autumn Purple with a slight overlap. And that turned out pretty. And here's another one. Exact same treatment. Oh my gosh, Spectrum glazes. I love Spectrum glazes. I haven't gotten any of the new ones yet. And here is exact same treatment as I just showed you, except instead of autumn purple, it's sangria. Okay, got interrupted by a delivery there. So here's the other one. So two autumn purple, 2 Spectrum Sangria. I just did 1 of this one. So this one I did a dip in alabaster at the bottom, a dip in Coyote Turquoise Lake at the top, and then a little bit of seaweed at the top over that, because I wanted to see what that color would look like, and that's pretty. Look at that. Very nice. Okay, so this one is on the dark clay, the medium brown stoneware, and it is a complete, so white inside, then complete to the top, Power Turquoise, Laguna Power Turquoise, and then some seaweed over that at the top. And I did 2 of those, and they're quite pretty. Okay, now, what do we got? Oh, I think I did quite a few of these. So this is on the dark clay. white inside. I could do a full dip in alabaster, but I don't love matte glazes inside a mug. I prefer something shiny, just for cleaning. That's just me. So alabaster all the way to the top. And then I wiped it back for my white letters. And then I waxed that. Then I dipped it in a quick dip in Norse Blue. Because Norse Blue and alabaster play really nice together. Like, look at that. Look at the variations. And the reason I'm getting a lot of this variation too is when I did the alabaster, I dipped it to like about here, and then I dipped it to about here. And I wasn't trying to overlap them, but you do get a slight overlap when you're dipping, but it makes really cool effects with the glaze. So that turned out nice. And I think I even have more of these on the next shelf, but here's a couple more. So that's it for that shelf. Okay, last shelf. It's full of acrylic mugs. Now these, I just did a full dip in my Studio White. And my Studio White is actually called Satin White. But when I'm using this slow cool schedule, I'm getting a lot of gloss. But I'm happy with that. Not super, super glossy, but it's glossy. And a lot of people really like white mugs. So I did, I think, 6 of these in the white. Two more. And last 2 of the white. So I'm happy with those. I think I would do that again. And sometimes it's nice to do something that's just a quick dip as well if you think people are going to like it, because you know, when you got a lot of pieces, if you're doing a lot of stuff, it'll move your glazing along. Oh, okay. So this one is my, it's a matte turquoise recipe from John Britt's book, Steven something. So the name of the glaze that I used is Steve's Matte Turquoise, and it comes from this book, The Complete Guide to Mid-Range Glazes by John Britt. And if you are interested in mixing your own glazes, this book is a great guide. And sometimes if I use it on white clay, it can be really bright, but on dark clay, I really love it. So then I did a little band of mayco light flux and winter wood, just sort of overlapping, and then I did a dip in my Studio White. And I think that's quite nice. I like that. You can see how we're getting some greeny, deep greens where it's coming down. It's cool. Like it. I did a lot of the Norse Blue and alabaster because I know people love it. This one was, I'm trying to remember. I mean, it was a complete dip to the top in alabaster for sure. Oh yeah, this is Turquoise Lake, Coyote Turquoise Lake, because I wanted to see how it would react with the alabaster. Now there wasn't any movement, not nearly the same kind of effect you get with Norse Blue. So I think I like the Norse Blue better, but for people who love turquoise, whoa, just gonna do a little side by side here for you. This one is definitely more turquoisey and more stable, where this one gets much glossier. And look at all the variation you're getting where this is kind of static. But as we all know, someone will love this. Okay, I don't need to show you. There's 4 more in there, but they're the same. So this, once again, is the Coyote Turquoise Lake, and this is the Norse Blue. So that's it for the kiln unload, guys. Just wanted to pop on and show you how some of those glazes would look on dark clay. And the one thing I will say is that Spectrum glazes, the ones I've used so far, especially their floating glaze line, are so beautiful on dark clay, and that can be really hard to find. Like some of the other glazes, the color gets lost, it burns out, it goes brown, gets really flat. So to find a glaze that looks really good on dark clay is good. So I love other glazes too, but I'm really just, Spectrum is fast becoming my favorite. Anywho, take care. Enjoy the weather out there if it's lovely where you are. We haven't had the heat wave that other people have had. Matter of fact, it's been cold and so much frickin' rain. But today it's going to go up to 25 Celsius and the sun is going to shine. And tomorrow is going to be 26 and the sun is going to shine. So I'm going to get on the wheel for a few hours, throw some pieces, and then I'm going to get out there and enjoy the weather. So take care. I'll see you next time.